shamam. Aham mamam abhimanavutoi kamalobhai adibhimaloi vitam jadamana shuddham adukam ashukam shamam. So, synonyms: aham, I; mama, mine; abhimana, from the misconception; uthoi, produced; kama, lust; lobha, greed; adhibi, and so on; maloi, from the impurities; vitam, fruit; jada, when; mana, the mind; shuddham, pure; adukam, without distress; ashukam, without happiness; shamam, equipoised. Translation and purported written by Srila Prabhupada, Jagadguru Srila Prabhupada. When one is completely cleansed of the impurities of lust and greed produced from the false identification of their body as I and bodily possessions as mine, one's mind becomes purified. In that pure state, he transcends the stage of so-called material happiness and distress. Purport: Kama and lobha are the symptoms of material existence. Everyone always desires to possess something. It is said here that desire and greed are the products of false identification of oneself with the body. When one becomes free from this contamination, then his mind and consciousness also become freed and attain their original state. Mind, consciousness, and the living entity exist. Whenever we speak of the living entity, this includes the mind and consciousness. The difference between conditional life and liberated life occurs when we purify the mind and the consciousness. When they are purified, one becomes transcendental to material happiness and distress. In the beginning, Lord Kapila has said that perfect yoga enables one to transcend the platform of material distress and happiness. How this can be done is explained here. One has to purify his mind and consciousness. This can be done by the Bhakti Yoga system. As explained in the Narad Pancharatra, one's mind and senses should be purified. Tat pravattena nirmalam. One's senses must be engaged in devotional service to the Lord. That is the process. The mind must have some engagement. One cannot make the mind vacant. Of course, there are some foolish attempts to try to make the mind vacant or void, but that is not possible. The only process that will purify the mind is to engage it in Krishna. The mind must be engaged. If we engage our mind in Krishna, naturally the consciousness becomes fully purified. And there is no chance of the entrance of material desire and greed. Om Ajnananti Mirantasya Jnananjana Shalakaya Chakshurunmilitam Jena Tashmai Sri Gurave Namo Sri Chaitanya Manobhishtam Sthapitam Jena Bhutale Shangrupa Kadamayam Dadati Shapadantikam Vandeham Sri Guru Sri Juta Pada Kamalam Sri Gurung Vaishnavangscha Sri Rupang Shagra Jatang Shahagana Raghunathan Nitam Tang Shajivam Shabdaitam Shabodutang Parijana Shahitang Krishna Chaitanya Devam Sri Radha Krishna Padan Shahagana Lalita Sri Vishakanitamishcham Hey Krishna Karuna Sindhu Dina Bandhu Jagatpate Gopesha Gopika Kanta Radha Kanta Nustute Tapta Kanchana Gaurangi Radhe Vrindavaneshwari Vishabhanu Shute Devi Pranamami Hari Prem Vancha Kalpatarubhyascha Kripa Sindhabhaya Vacha Patitanam Pavanebho Vaishnavebho Namo Namo Sri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita Gadadhara Siva Shadi Gaura Bhakta Vrindam Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare Hare. So, Aham Mama Abhimanam Aham Mama Abhimano Uthoi Kamalobo Yadivi Maloi Betam Jadam Mana Shuddham Adukam Ashukam Ashamam. So, in this text, actually, Kapil Dev, he was telling about the Bhakti Yoga. So, in previous text also, it was mentioned that Guneshu Shaktim Bandhayaratim Bhapumshi Muktaye. Here, about the mind. So in whole text, it is about mentioned there are two things. One is mind, second thing is the consciousness. So it is the Devahuti's question to Kapil Dev. What is the question? In text number 10, it was mentioned that Athame Deva Sammoham Aprakrustam Tama Tam Aharshi Ja Avagraha Aham Mama Iti Etashmin Jojita Tayam. So Devahuti was asking the question, please dispel my illusion of Aham Mameti due to my false ego, which is created by your Maya Shakti. Here is important this question. Actually, we know that Devahuti, she knew, she was very expert in the Ashtanga yoga system, all the yoga system, but he wants to learn what is the Bhakti Yoga. So in Bhagavad Gita, we saw it from the Karma Yoga, then Dhyana Yoga, then in Dhyana Yoga there is Ashtanga Yoga, then on the 7th chapter to the it is the Bhakti Yoga, it was explained. So her question is that all the times my mind is telling, I cannot control my mind. Mind is always telling, oh, I am, this is mine, that is mine, that is mine, that is mine. So how can I control my mind? And that is applicable for Srimad Bhagavatam. It teaches us how beautiful Srimad Bhagavatam, it was explained that how in our mind also, when we sit down for the chanting, then aham, oh, it is everything, aham mamayati, everything, it is, this is mine, how can I do that, how can I do that, how it is mine, all the things, okay, it is I and mine. So how can I control my mind towards Krishna? Actually, these are not of mine. It is for Krishna. So how can I control my mind? That question asked to Devavati asked to Kapil Dev. Then Kapil Dev was telling that there is a process to control the mind. When mind has to be cleansed of all dirty things, then mind will be the friend of us. If it is not cleansed, then mind is against us. That is the dirtiness. All the dirtiness will come in my mind. So in the previous verse, it was mentioned that Guneshu Shaktim Bandaya Ratim Va Pumistaka Muktaye. That is, mind is the pivot. If the mind is attached to material modes, it causes bondage. We are. And if it is attached to Lord, it causes liberation. So our sadhana is to attract Krishna, to serve Krishna, our mind to convert it to Krishna consciousness, not ourselves. Aham mamiti, not ourselves. So when one's mind cleansed of the impurities like lust and greed. Lust and greed produced from false ego. We know that in previous chapters of Bhagavatam, it was already mentioned that is false ego, lust and greed, it was produced from the false ego. So one transcends material happiness, and due to that, transcends material happiness and distress, all kinds of distress, we can see it. So just like if we keep ourselves unclean, then we are contaminated some diseases. And if we keep ourselves clean, then we do not contaminate. Therefore, according to the Vedic civilization, one has to cleanse himself in 3 times. Srila Prabhupada mentioned that in 3 times a day, 24 hours, we can do the perseverance. That is called Trishanda. Trishanda means that in the morning, we do the Gayatri. In the noon, we do the Gayatri. And in the evening, we do the Gayatri. So in 3 times in a day, that is, we have to be very calm and quiet place, and very devotedly we have to chant the Gayatri mantra, what Guru is given. So those who are strictly follow that is the Brahmanical rules. All the Brahmanas, they do the Gayatri, right? So in our ISKCON, also all the Brahmanas, they must have to chant the Gayatri mantra. So those who are following rules and regulation, what Shastra was given, at least 16 rounds, japa, and Gayatri, 3 times Gayatri mantra, and to serve the devotees, and to serve the Guru, and association, get the association of devotees, then our mind will be engaged in the service of Lord all the times. Ambarish Maharaj, given one example, he took a whole body and a whole mind. He was surrendered to Lord's service. His leg, he used to go to the temple. His hand, he used to go for the service to Lord in the arati, offering bhoga, offering flowers. That, and his tongue also engaged in the chant of the Harinam. And he was smelling nose, engaged to smell the fragrance of the Lord, flowers, offering for flowers. Similarly, we must have to be offer ourselves, not aham mamiti. We offer ourselves in the service of Lord 24 hours in a day. Then we can control our mind. So the Brahmanas, what can they do that? That is, who are the Brahmanas? Brahmanas are Vaishnavas also. The Vaishnavas is a higher platform than the Brahmanas. In Bhagavad Gita, Krishna mentioned that who are the Brahmana? Shama damas taposhocham kantir arjavam evacha janman jnanam vijnanam astikam brahma karma shabhavajam. So, Shottam Shama damas titiksha arjavam jnanam vijnanam astikam. These are the qualities of the Brahman. So, cleanness is the most important for ourself. And Lord likes the cleanliness. Lord Krishna likes the cleanliness. So for that reason, we must have to clean ourselves by following rules and regulations. What our Acharya Varga was given to us. What Lord Krishna given in Srimad Bhagavatam, Srimad Bhagavad Gita. What he has spoken, we must have to follow his instructions. So actually, our material conditioned life means the mind is covered with dirt, all unclean, dirty things. This is the disease. This is we are suffering from disease only for dirtiness of the mind. So when we are in the lower stage of tamoguna and rajoguna, these dirty things are very much prominent. So that means that we are always in a rajatamoguna. We should not be. That was Srila Prabhupada appeared in this material world and given us the instructions that how to get out from this tamogun and rajagun. So for that reason, we are called Srila Prabhupada as an Jagat Guru. Why we call Jagat Guru? We know that he is the Jagat Guru, all over the world, he is the Guru. That is one sense. But what he gave to us? He gave to us how to cleanse our mind. All in the morning, get up, chant at least 16 rounds, do the Gayatri Mantra, then offering Bhoga, do the Arati, Tulsi Arati, and offer Bhoga, taking the prasadam. That's the way. And associate as much as possible with the devotees and serve the devotees. And doing the Guru Puja also. So these, the rules and regulation, how Srila Prabhupada established in ISKCON. So ISKCON devotee is not the ordinary soul. ISKCON devotees, they are the Vaishnava. They are above the Brahmanas. They're not so easy. They're not so ordinary personalities. So the process is recommended how to cleanse the mind. Then it is also Srimad Bhagavatam, it was mentioned then, Sinnatang Shakata Krishna Purna Savana Kirtanam. Sinnatang Shakata, that means listen, Lord's name, Shakata, Purna Savana Kirtanam. That is a Krishna Kirtan. We must have to do that. Sinnatam Shakata Krishna Purna Savana Kirtana Riddantasta Hi Abhadrani Vidunate Shuditshutam. Abhadrani means that all kinds of abhadra things. Abhadra means like not a gentle things. That I am aham amati. That those are the abhadra. That abhadra will get out from our heart. Ridastasta hi abhadrani vidunati shrutshutam. That is, then one has to hear the Krishna Katha. Krishna is within everyone's heart. When he sees that a conditioned soul is suffering, because they are so greedy. So this is, I have to get this Mercedes Benz. I have to get this luxurious house. This is the greediness. Sanatana Goswami and Rupa Goswami, they used to live under the tree. One day, one night is under that one tree, and second night they are staying in another under the tree. How sacrifice their life. How great Vaishnavas they are. We must have to learn from them. So that is that Lord Chaitanya Mahaprabhu given them mercy, giving his mercy to them. Then to write the Krishna Lila, to write the Krishna Katha. Then Sanatana Goswami wrote so many books, and Rupa Goswami wrote so many books and dramas also. So that is, so individual soul is what is our identity? We are not I am. We are not we do not have the identity. Yes, we have one identity. We are the part and parcel of Lord Krishna. So, Jivera Swarup hoy Krishna Nityadas. So, we are the servant of Lord Krishna. So, that is the our identity. So, these dirty things, that is the suppose Canadian Prime Minister, what he was a nonsense things he was doing. Now he started, he was apologizing from India. So these are continuously, that is all the political things. That's all the politics is dirty. That is that is called the aham mameti. That we should not follow these things. Again. So, so in our scriptures, in Bhagavatam, also in Bhagavad Gita, it was also mentioned that when we clean our activities, when we cleanse our mind, then mind became very friend of us. If we do not clean our mind, then mind will divert us the anuttas things, all kind of nonsense things. So everyone can attain to perform the Sattva-guna. That means that if we follow these instructions, we will be above the Rajaguna and Tamaguna in the Sattva-guna. So in Gita, Bhagavad Gita, it was mentioned that Satatam Kittayanto Mam Jatantashta Didabhrata Namasyansta Chagmam Bhakta Nitta Jukta Upashate. Satatam, always we have to chant Krishna's name. We have to serve Krishna. Always we have to serve his devotees also. By this way, this process, we can always think of Krishna. So, and that is the and Sinnatan Shapata Krishna. Also, that is Punna Savana. Okay, so that is that we can purify our mind. Then we can purify our mind. So in Srimad Bhagavatam, in this chapter, it was also mentioned that Shattam Prasangam Mama Bija Samvidam Bhavanti Rite Kanna Rashayana Katam Dasaka Josnataka Asha Apavarga Vartamani Shraddha Ratir Bhakti Anu Kramashyati. What does it mean? Shatan Prasanga Mama Bija Samvido Bhavante Rite Kanna Rashayana Kata. That Rashayana Kata, that means it should enter into our Kanna, into our Kanna, with Kanna, through the ear, it should come into our heart. That is the Rashayana Kata. Then our heart will be more cleansed. That was also instructions in Srimad Bhagavatam, that it was mentioned. Actually, Kapil Dev mentioned that. That is. So, how it will be association of sadhu sangha, and satisfying ear, heart, and can give ruchi. It will, when it was going to clean and clean, then we can observe that, we can realize that there is a ruchi, ashakti, bhav, and finally prem will arise. This is the sequence again. Shravanadi Shuddha Chitte Karahe Uday. That is. So, Bhaktivinoda Thakur mentioned very nice things, instructed very nicely. Krishna Nam Dhare Kothbon. What is the strength of Krishna Nam? Bishoy Bashana Nole, Mora Chitta Soda Jole, Robi Tapto Morobhumi Sama. That is when we are in a desert, when if we hear the Krishna Nam, then we will be in a we will be very happy. We will not be in the Morubhumi. Karnarandra Pathadiya Ridi Maje Praveshiya Borishoi Shuddha Anupam. That means we chant very respectfully, very devotedly, and this sound of vibration come Karnarandra Pathadiya. So through the ear, it comes into Ridi Maje Praveshiya. In the heart, it will enter into the heart. Then what happened? Then Hridoy hoite bole jibbar agrete chale shabda rupe nache anupram. That means that when it was cleansing, then Lord comes in the tongue and he will dance. That is the Bhaktivinoda Thakur was mentioned that. So we must have to cleanse our mind. This anatta should go away. All the times we must have to think of Lord Krishna. That all the times, if we think Krishna, if we work for Krishna, then mind will never go anywhere else. Then we can see this result. Karnarandra Pathadiya Ridi Maje Praveshiya Borishoi Shuddha Anupam. That Bhaktivinoda Thakur was given. So now I am concluding in here that there are a lot of things to say. It is our sadhana path. We are doing the perseverance to control our mind, to give up all the anattas from our mind, and whenever we see anattas go away, then we can see the Krishna comes in our tongue and dancing. Then, we can see everybody's heart. There is a Paramatma, Krishna is there. So I'm concluding in here. I am a little bit time out. So please forgive me.
Hare Krishna. That was
Hare Krishna. Pranam always.
We'd like to wish everybody a safe and Krishna conscious day ahead, and we'd like to offer our prayers to the Supreme Lord by chanting Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama,
Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama,
Hare
Hare
Krishna,
Hare.
Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, 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 Hare Hare. Hare Krishna,
Hare
Krishna
Krishna,
Krishna,
Krishna
Hare Hare,
Krishna,
Hare
Hare
Rama,
Hare,
Rama,
Hare
Rama,
Rama,
Hare
Rama
Hare.
Rama, Hare Hare.
Shri Nrsingo Jai Nrsingo Jai Jai Jaya Padma Mukha Padma Bhringram Ugraveera Mahavatum Jalantam Sarvatom Kamanashangam Bhishtam Bhadram Nityamityam Namiham Nrsinga Bhagwan ki Jai, Prahlad Maharaj ki Jai. For our humble obeisances to all the assembled devotees.
Vanchakalpatarubhyasya kripa
Patitanam Pavanavyo Vaishnavebhyo Namo Namaha. Granthra Srimad Bhagavatam ki Jai, Prabhupada ki Jai, Mohita Bhaktavinda ki Jai, Gaur Premanande Hari.
Thank you, Datta.
Hare Krishna. Hare Krishna.